of love and light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are. And it's alright in the house of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight, not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love, the house of love and light. The house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. If we get this right, we'll make the world a house of love and light. House of love and light. House of love and light.
Yeah. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Welcome. Good morning. Happy Sunday. Welcome to House of Love and Light. My name is Amy Steinberg, and this is my house, and it's filled with love and light to give you. You, that's right, you, Sarah, you, Tanza, you, Shawnee, you, my sister who's watching from Arizona, and my nephew. So good to see you, even though I don't really see you. It's so good to be with you and to feel this connection. Whew, I get so excited every Sunday for this opportunity to express, to come together, to chew some things up, and to just really be a pop of color, literally, in your life. Today, we're going to talk about ego. Leggo my ego. And little e ego, big e ego, little s self, big s self, remembering who we are. Trying to remember who we are. We're going to revisit the dream in quarantine, okay? Revisit the dream in quarantine. Oh, I am feeling good. How are you guys feeling this morning? It is so good to see you and to be with you. So we're going to stick to the mission today, which is to nourish you with spiritual food. And we're going to do that today with a beautiful opening chant and prayer from Christy Hardwick. And then we're going to move into nourishing you with some meditation later from Reverend Renee Laboa. We've got some beautiful nourishment, spiritual food for you today. I'm going to uplift you and make you feel good, which one of the ways I'm going to do that today is introduce you to Jessie Powers. If you don't know who she is, she'll be singing a song and Jenna Jaffe will be dancing to it. So that is going to uplift you and remind you that you are a goddess. You are a fucking goddess, actually. It's really important that I put that F word in there to be very clear that you're not just a goddess, you are a fucking goddess, okay? And then we're going to inspire you to be your highest and best you. And I'm going to try to do that with a message and a rap. And we have Ash Ruiz and all the things. So let's get right into it with the best opening. When we're talking about shining our light and reviving our dreams and being our true self, I mean, what is a better opening chant than this? What is better than this? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You gotta sing it with me. This little light of mine. Good morning, Lisa and Michelle. I'm gonna let it shine. Come on. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Join me singing this little light of mine. Come on. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Are you singing? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hallelujah. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Now, Gino Walker out there in San Diego taught me about this second verse. This big heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This big heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yay, peaches. This big heart of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. All right, we're breaking it down. We're in our houses, but let's get a clap going. Let's get a clap going. This little light of mine, come on. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. Hey, hey, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Feel the vibe rising. Yeah, I'm gonna let it, I'm gonna let it, I'm gonna let it, I'm gonna let it shine. That was a terrible ending. I'm so sorry. I forgot that, that like dun 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 dun. I forgot where it starts. Oh well, you know what? This is not about perfection. This is about joy. This is about heart opening, and this is what I love, this big heart of mine. I'm going to let it shine, because as we talk about ego, it's so about the mind, and science of mind is so about the mind. But what we're learning is that the wisdom is really from the heart. Yeah, that's where we're going to go right now. We're going to go into, this is a very cool little story I just want to tell you very briefly. Lisa Ferrero wrote this chant, and it is one of the most beautiful chants I think ever written, based on a Rumi, Open Wide My Heart. But what I wanted to tell you that was interesting was that I was planning on singing a Lisa Ferrero song, and Reverend Christy Hardwick had already given me a prayer that we're going to wrap around here. But midweek, I got an email from Lisa that said, can we please have one of your songs for our Soul Call Ministries? And I was like, wow, the synchronicity of everything, So shout out to Soul Call Ministries. Shout out to anybody that's doing an online service today. You can just pop on and see things. You can rewatch things. It's such an interesting time for this. So thank you so much for asking, Lisa. And in the middle of this prayer, we're going to have Reverend Christy Hardwick giving us a little prayer, and then we'll be back to chanting. So I invite you to kind of ground down, take some deep breaths in. Yeah, and just get into that heart space, maybe even put your hand on your heart if you're feeling it. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Join me singing. Open wide my heart. 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 Let yourself open. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart.
Breathing in the house of love and light. A blessing for you today. Right here and right now, there's only one life, one presence, one power, one beauty, one illumination, one light that lives and moves and has its being in, as, and through you. I am so grateful and celebrate that you are in the world. I am so grateful and celebrate that love is unlimited and moves through you in unlimited ways. I rejoice that you now open your arms, your heart, your mind, your soul, and allow love to have its way. This is the truth of our being, and we are so blessed. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. Thank you, love, for living me. And so it is.
Join me singing. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Once more. Open wide my heart. Feel it opening. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Open wide my heart. Breathing deeply. From the space of an open heart, we remember where this new philosophy, these new thoughts, these new age spiritualities come from. They come from the history of religion, the history of spiritual growth. And I really want to share with you our candle lighting this morning. And Shawnee gave us a candle lighting this week. So please enjoy our candle lighting with Shawnee.
I light a candle for the Eastern religions, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Taoism. They teach us about harmony, karma, and the way. I light a candle for Judaism, Christianity, and Baha'i, teaching us about tradition, forgiveness, surrender, and order. I light a candle for ancient wisdom and new thought traditions, including indigenous teaching, shamanism, paganism, science of mind, and New Age spirituality, teaching us to root and expand. I light a candle for the great mystery, the eternal question, the not knowing. Namaste, and blessed be.
Hi, Hala community. This is Sarah. Amy asked me to talk to you about gratitude. I have been a fan and following Amy since she got to Asheville, and I am very grateful for Amy. Also, I'm grateful for the whole, for the lightness, the darkness, the good, the bad, the ups and downs, the pain, whether it be physical or emotional, takes us places we would never choose to go, but through that we often are able to find the truest of ourselves, and that's something to be grateful for. Gratitude for conflict and mistakes, because going through those can really teach us about the lovely gift of forgiveness, whether it be forgiving others, ourselves, or being forgiven. Gratitude for the revolution, which is taking us toward our evolution. And perhaps the really hardest of all, gratitude for loss. I don't really have the answers for that, but I will tell you I've experienced quite a lot of that lately. And what it does is remind me of how deeply and fiercely I love. And that never changes. Whether somebody's here with you and you can hug them, whether they're across the country or whether they're no longer on this earth. Love. I'm grateful for love. And I'm grateful to be alive in all of life's juiciness, all of the birds singing and the sun shining and the warm breeze. I'm simply grateful. What are you grateful for?
I love that video so much, and as I'm editing all week, I get to watch things over and over and over again. And the last few times I watched that gratitude video from Sarah, thank you, Sarah, I just got tears just streaming down my face for the realness, the authenticity. I just thank you so much for being here with me since day one. I want to list some of my gratitudes, and I want you to list some of your gratitudes in the comments, please, please. And could you believe those birds? I am so grateful for the summer bird song. I mean, they are just so noisy and loud and talkative right now. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for creativity. I wanted to share with you how I wrote my talk this week. It was sort of like... I couldn't think about what I wanted to say about ego. I knew I wanted to talk about it, but I just wasn't sure. And so I got really creative in my journaling, and I was just sort of like, just and then I was talking to people, and I don't know, it was a creative week. So I want to give a shout out to for creativity. Good morning, Hunter and Radiant and Jacqueline and everybody who's commenting and who's here. I want to give gratitude right now. So I give gratitude to my family because I think they're watching, and I love when they watch. I give gratitude to my emotions because they're coming up right now. So I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for Jessica. I'm so grateful for Jessica and her mom who just commented. I'm grateful for music. I'm grateful for new connections. I'm grateful for possibility. I'm grateful for abundance. I'm grateful for Jay, Jocelyn. Hi, baby. What are you grateful for? I want to hear about it in the comments. Let me see if anybody over here has commented on their gratitude. Oh, Reverend Christy, I'm so grateful for Reverend Christy being here. Grateful for Lorraine. Yeah, grateful for good health, for my family, for reconnection. Grateful for my family and friends. Yeah. Oh, Troy and Sarah, you guys are so sweet. So much filled with so much gratitude. Yes, this moment, this present moment awareness. And what a great thing to say, Chris Barber, at that moment, because present moment awareness is what Ash Ruiz really teaches me about, is really being grounded in the present moment awareness. And every week I ask Ash to give me just a little insight on all of the things that I'm talking about. And so he gave me, when I said, Leggo my ego, we're talking about ego, this is what we got from Ash Ruiz. So enjoy a moment with Ash. I love you all.
Hello there, beloveds. Hello there, Amy. Oh, what a beautiful Sunday. Such a joy to appear in your consciousness. And I'm so happy we is talking about the ego. We is talking about the ego. Ego. Oh, ego, 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 ego. I love me the ego. I love the ego. Oh my goodness gracious, have you noticed that the only thing that has a problem with the ego, the only thing that's got beef with the ego is the ego. It's a strategy of separation. It's a strategy of postponement. It's a strategy of overlooking the pure, undiluted radiance of who you truly are right now. Yes, many years ago I wrote a song called Who's Got a Problem with the Ego? And the lyrics went something like, who's got a problem with the ego? Who's got a problem with the mind? That's like saying infinity gets her panties in a twist over time. Who's got a problem with emotions? Who's got a problem with feeling down? That's like saying the endless sky has a problem with each cloud. Do you get where I'm going at with this? Do you get where I'm going at with this? Oh my goodness. A healthy ego arises from one's willingness to be the undefinable, indescribable, unknowable brilliance that is this moment. That is who you truly are, beloved. Full-on namaste. Yes, a full-on namaste to all, including ego. Because ego, when you take a look and really see, nothing here.
The indescribable brilliance, a healthy ego. And that is what we are talking about today, remembering who you really are. You are a child of the Most High God. You are a divine expression. You are a piece of light. You are amazing. You are amazing. That is what I'm here to do every Sunday, is just remind you how amazing you are. That's my job. It's a great job. I love it. And you know who's going to remind you of that right now? Jesse Powers, the amazing, talented singer-songwriter Jesse Powers, and the beautiful and amazing dancer, singer, writer, artist Jenna Jaffe. Please sit back and relax and remember, and I'm going to say it again, you are a fucking goddess. That is what this song is reminding you about. So after this, I will be back with a talk and so much more. So don't you go anywhere and you listen to this Jesse Powers song. You listen closely. I love you. Here she is, Jesse and Jenna.
I know what's behind that smile. I know you're tired. Spend your life trying to be everything to everyone. And I know that look in your eyes, 'cause I've seen it in the mirror 1,000 times. That's the face of a woman who doesn't understand how much she's loved. And then the movies tell me I should be like her, achieve like her, to earn the affection I so desperately need. But the people who love me best don't expect me to save the world. No, they regard me as a goddess and they always give me love for free. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior, and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. It's hard enough to be just me, rule my world from a place of reverie, forgive myself unconditionally and learn from my mistakes. But then the TV tells me I should look like her and laugh like her. If I'm a quiet beauty, all will surely fall in love with me. But the people who love me best like the way I laugh, and they don't care what I wear. They rather see me loud and proud than stay polite and pretty. And they say, you are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Fierce like a warrior, and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are a goddess, baby. You are the sun and the moon, you are the earth and the sky. You are the one who answers the prayers when you're laying down late at night. You are the undefinable and the one who is desperate to define. You are the one you've been waiting for. You are the love of your life. You are what you are, and that's all you'll ever need. Strong like a warrior, and soft as a sunbeam. Everything you've ever been and everything you'll ever be is holy, 'cause you are holy, and your life is holy, and your days are holy, and your mind is holy, and your body is holy, and your laugh is holy, and your tears are holy, and your love is holy. You are a goddess, baby. You are
But what about that, though? Was I right? Was I right to tell you how you were about to feel? Yes, thank you so much, Jenna. And thank you so much, Jesse, for what a song, reminding us. Returning. We're returning all month, returning to love, returning to knowing who we truly are. And so here we go. You know, every week I write like a little song, a little ditty, a little rap. Here we go. Leggo my ego. Leggo my ego. Leggo my ego. Come on. Leggo my ego. What if I let it go, let the small mind fall, call to a higher place, a space of holy name where we're all the same, yeah. What if I dropped all the judgment, stopped all the blame game, living untamed, taking my place on a greater, higher plane? There go my ego. Come on. There go my ego. I hope all my singers are just improvising. Come on. There go my ego. There go my ego. What if I'm taking all the pain from all the shame, making names, claiming this is insane? Yeah, what if we let it be, let divinity take reality, set it free, please, 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 please. Let go my ego, let it go, let it go. Let go my ego. I pray, God, that you remove my bloated nothingness. Allow me to be a vessel for the greater love. Let go my ego. Let me go. Let me let go of small designs and limited desires. Let me be a space for the shining light to come through me, in me, as me, in all I do all the time. Amen. A women. Let go my ego. Let go of my monkey mind. Let go of my overthinking. Let go of my compare and despair. Do we know that one? Let go of my small-mindedness. Oh, what do you want to let go of? Come on, you can put it in the comments if you want. Let go of my small self-esteem. Let go of my my lack of connection with my spirit. Come on. What do you want to let go of? Come on. Let go my ego. Let it go, 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 let it go. The concepts. Let go my ego. Ash always talks about the definitions of things. Let go of the definitions, yeah. So this ego that I'm talking about when I'm talking about letting go is that small ego, that small separate self. Marianne Williamson refers to it in A Return to Love as a small separate self. She calls it a false belief of who you really are. Who really are you? Who really are you? You know, according to this book that we're reading all month, A Return to Love from Marianne Williamson, you are love. That's big. That's big. You are an extension and an expression of the divine itself. And you know what? This ego idea, the small ego, the easing God out part, is the part that forgets that, the part that runs on fear. I'm going to read a paragraph here. I'm going to kind of jump around it for a minute to give you this idea of this ego that Marianne's talking about. She says the ego is like a gravitational force field built up over eons of fearful thinking, which draws us away from the love in our hearts. This is the key. We're talking about the heart. The ego is our mental power turned against ourselves. Yay! It's clever like we are, smooth talking like we are, manipulative like we are. The ego doesn't say, "Hi, I'm your self-loathing." No, the ego says, "I'm your adult, mature, rational self, and I'll help you look out for number one." And then it proceeds to counsel us to be selfish and greedy and judgmental and small-mindedness. So, but remember, there's only one here. And so whatever we give to others, we give to ourselves. Amen. A women. Yes. Yes. So this was a really interesting week for me. I mean, every week is, especially when I pick a topic. I've picked my topics a month ahead. So I'm living this topic all week. I'm living ego. I'm thinking about ego, and I was wrestling with my ego and with God all week. I spoke to several people. What do you think the ego is? And then there's like in my little, my little doodle here, you can see that there's like, I was thinking about what the Eastern idea of the ego is, and the Western idea, and what is the ego? And I just dropped something I want to show you, so I'm gonna pick it up. And I had, my ego was kind of going crazy this week with like, I should be doing this. I should be doing that, with House of Love and Light. I should be saying this. I should be, talking about that. And because I started shooting all over myself, I started shooting all over you. You should be doing that too. Some people, in quarantine have dropped away a little bit, less phone calls, less contact. And I'm like, well, they should be calling me and they should be reaching out to me. And then I stopped and I sat in prayer and meditation, and I did the opposite of what my ego wanted me to do. I sat and I texted love notes to about 3 people just saying, I love you. I love you. Even, in my mind, even if you're not acting the way I think you should act, I love you, because unconditional love is where it's at. And what happened was, the flow came back. I got to talk to a couple of those people, and I recently heard this, and I've heard it a million times, but it resonated this week as I was thinking about the ego, which is there's everything. Every act is either an act of love or a cry for love. Eddie Watkins says that a lot. Everything is either an act of love or a cry for love. And the ego is that part of us that's crying for love. So when I Leggo my ego and I write those love notes, I extend my heart space. I forgive people for not being who I think that they should be. And I'm also forgiving myself for not being the spiritual leader I think I'm supposed to be, or whatever I'm supposed to be. And then I can experience peace, which is what I am personally after. I am personally after a state of well-being. I spent a lot of my life being with no inner peace, just always worrying, always twisted up in a knot. And when I got that self and I got that inner peace, I want to keep that, And if you're on the spiritual journey and you know what I'm talking about, this awareness of the divine moving through the world. I want to live in that place. It's a freedom place. It's a spaciousness place. And it really does mean letting go of blame, letting go of the old idea of the ego. And so today what I wanted to talk about was kind of harnessing the power of the ego and changing it to like a little bit of a different kind of ego, like a spiritual ego, a spiritual confidence. Because when we think of ego, we always think about the mind, and it's always a negative thing. Oh, you're so egotistical. You're such an egomaniac. And this is the thing, especially in our country. I mean, obviously, we're all a bunch of kind of egomaniacs with low self-esteem, because that's what keeps the jig up. That's what keeps the consumerism going. So what happens when we introduce this new wisdom, and we're moving toward it? I mean, there's just no way I can feel it. We all can feel it. We're moving toward this new knowing, and it's from the heart. It's this heart math, this heart wisdom. And it's really the most intelligent part of us. The confidence in the knowing here that you are perfect, whole, and complete. This is the teaching of New Thought spirituality. You are one with the divine. And what does that do for consumerism? That totally fucks consumerism. You know what I mean? What does that do for the status quo? That just blows the not enoughism away. It infests our consciousness, but not when you know that you're a goddess, baby. Thank you, Jesse Powers. And if you know that and you embody that and you express that, perhaps you're egotistical in a good way. It's a Marianne. The very famous quote that she says is from this book. I don't have it yet because I'm not there yet. But that whole thing about, our deepest fear is not that we are small. Our deepest fear is our light. You are a child of God. Who are you not to be totally amazing? You are. But if we're clinging to that small ego, that idea of who you think you should be, right? Who you think you should look like or be like, or what you want, a dream that you wanted that you didn't get, or then we get trapped. So speaking of dreams, I had a really cool, again, the unfolding, the synchronicities are very cool right now. And I turned on the news, which I never watch the news. I hardly ever watch the news. Very, very little. I get my news from, sources. I watch late night hosts and all that. But I turned it on MSNBC right when Joy Reid announced, does anybody out there watch MSNBC? Right when she announced that she was taking over officially for Chris Matthews. Now, Chris Matthews is a white male, and he's been in the primetime slot on this, liberal channel for many years. And Joy Reid is an African American, a Black woman, so she was sharing, and I turned it on right when she was announcing, and she was sharing and thanking her mentors and her family, and she was speaking to this powerful moment of having a Black female point of view in that hot spot. And it was I think it was a wonderful sign of things to come. And I was brought to tears. I was brought to tears from her briefly telling the story about her putting together a dream board, right? Who hasn't done a dream board, right? It's been years. But she was dreaming about being on Chris Matthews' show. And I was like, that's so cool. And then it struck me, is a dream board, is it egotistical? Is it egotistical to want big things, to want to travel, to want to have money, to want to sing out for people or find love? And I'm just going to say no. I'm going to say no, it's not. I declare that what's coming up in this new narrative is I declare that women, people of color, GLBTQA+, we're all going to be in leadership. We're all going to be in leadership. We're entering a new age, a new time, and it's going to take a little bit of ego. This new kind of ego, this heart ego, a remembering, a returning to love, a returning to knowing who we really are, because we're here to get after our dreams. We are here to get after our dreams, but in this new paradigm, our dreams are interconnected. We're not out for ourselves, right? Our dreams are not competition anymore. The days of that Darwin thought paradigm, they're falling away. We're in this idea of interdependence. My dream supports your dream, supports my dream, supports your dream. I saw this great t-shirt that said, as powerful as the woman next to me. How cool is that? We're lifting each other up. This is a time of intense individuation and powerful coming together. It's both. Like, here we are isolated, and yet we're connecting more than ever. And we are forced. I watched a video from Kyle Cease talking about this. We are forced to look deep into our own hearts and our own minds to find out who we really are and what we really have to give to the world at this time. This takes intense self-reflection and remembering who we are. I think of it as like a reinstalling of our ego mind. Oh, I wanted to show you this too before I moved on past the vision board. I did a workshop. I created a workshop with Reverend Abigail Shire a few years back, and it was all about the idea of home. And I can't remember, but it was like an acronym. It was like recreating our life in the shape of a home. What do the rooms look like? And I found this downstairs in my art room. It was like down in the thing, and I picked it up. Look at what's in the center of this. Love and light, living in love and light, courage, a place of my own. And I realized, wow, this is my little mini vision board, And it works when we visualize and we create for ourselves what we desire and how we support each other with that. Anyway, I kind of got off track. But what I was thinking about was a reinstalling of this idea of ego mind from a heart space, an upload of wisdom from the inner work, a reworking of our self-esteem. When we do esteemable things, that's when we get self-esteem. It's that capital S, self-esteem. So I came across a couple really cool things online that I want to share. One is a post about Mayan understandings. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I'll read a portion. The Mayan people call this the time of no time. From here on, we're on Earth time. Mother Earth is shaking to her core. It's a time of madness, disconnection, and hyper-individualism. It's also a time when new energies are coming into the world, when people are growing a new skin. The Mayan vision says that we in the West will find safe harbor only if we can journey past a wall of mirrors. Here we go. The mirrors will surely drive us mad unless we have a strong heart. This is the story. Some mirrors delude us with an infinity of reflections of our vanity and shadows. Others paralyze us with our terror and rage, feeding an empire that manufactures our fear into resignation. But the empire has no roots, and it's toppling all around us. In this time, everyone is called to take a stand. Everyone is called to be a leader. Isn't that powerful? So you, my friend, watching this, you are a leader, you are a change maker, you are a powerful, powerful being of light. That is what you come here for every Sunday, for me to remind you how fucking amazing you are. And what if we double down? What if we double down on this consciousness stuff? What if we really believe that what we believe, we see? What we believe, we see, not the opposite. What if we took a step deeper into this true nature of who we really are and step into the light? You know, in the theater, they say, find your light. And of course, I've been thinking about theater all week. Who hasn't, watching Hamilton, right? Step into your light. Find your light. That's what we're talking about right now. And Ernest Holmes says it. He always says it really well. Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the thinker what he thinks into it. And we'll just change that up and sort of zhuzh it for today. Life is a mirror and will reflect back to the feeler what she feels into it. Okay? Yes, amen, amen, a women. So what are we thinking? What are we feeling into our world with our hearts and our minds? I want to read something else. I have a couple other things I'm going to read, but this is a portion of a letter from Reverend Carol Carnes. If you don't know who Carol Carnes is, she is in my opinion, a purist when it comes to religious science, and she's teaching these principles from a very powerful way. And she sends out these daily letters, I believe, and I catch them as much as I can. So here's one that it struck me because she says the word ego in it, and I thought, wow, this is so, again, the synchronicities. So she writes this. Listen closely. Dear friends, there will always be some opportunity presenting itself as a challenge for us to prove once again that we are greater than any outer effect. Is there some deity doling out problems for us to solve? No, there is only life, capital L life, forever attempting to elevate its own experience of being in this time-space dimension. Come on, Carol. She says our current problem is that we as a collective have bought another mythology about who we are, several in fact, and all of them fall short of the truth. We are in a state of spiritual amnesia, flailing around trying to remember something that we don't know we forgot. In that stage, it's called optimism, hope, or faith. Those are better than despair, she writes, but not enough. We have to say it loud and proud. This is where it gets tough. I am the personification of the power that runs the universe. Come on, Carol, let's all say it. I am the personification of the power that runs the universe. And she finishes with this, I know it sounds like ego, but we have been trained to think small, especially when it comes to self-identity. Don't worry, God doesn't smite after all. Thank you, Rev Carol. Let's sing one more time just because I feel like it. Let go my ego. Let it go, let it flow, let it grow in the direction of my dream. Let go my ego. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let go my small-mindedness, my small thoughts, my smallness. Let it go, let it get up. My heart's smart, tender impulse. Let that be the song I sing, not the chatter, not the monkey mind, not the small self. Let me live from a space of love, from a space of deep self-love, from knowing who we are, and so we can be a conduit for the great connectivity of God. Can I hear an amen up in this piece? A hallelujah, something? Come on. All right, I'm going to close with this beautiful, again, not the whole thing, but a portion of a poem that I came across. It's written by Kim McMillan, and it is said to have been read by Charlie Chaplin on his 70th birthday. Thank you, everyone, for these amazing things I find, mostly on Facebook or Instagram or something, and then I'm reading and I'm exploring. But this really touched me this week, because as we're getting into ego and we're talking about self-esteem, it really does start with self-love. It does, you know? So here, this is a beautiful piece from Kim McMillan. I'm just going to read a couple paragraphs. As I began to love myself, I found that anguish and emotional suffering are only warning signs that I was living against my own truth. Today, I know this is authenticity. As I began to love myself, I understood that at any circumstance, I am in the right place at the right time, and everything happens at the exact right moment. Sounds like an Amy Steinberg song. So I should be calm. Today, I call that self-confidence. As I began to love myself, I refused to go on living in the past and worrying about the future. Now I only live for the moment where everything is happening. Today I live each day, day by day, and call it fulfillment. As I began to love myself, I recognized that my mind can disturb me and it can make me sick. But as I connected to my heart, my mind became a valuable ally. Today, I call this connection wisdom of the heart. We no longer need to fear arguments, confrontations, or any kind of problems with ourselves or others. Even stars collide, and out of their crashing, new worlds are born. Today I know this is life. This is life. You are a goddess. Shine your light. Thank you. Thank you for listening to me. And we're going to have a moment here, just a real quick video from my dear friend Molly here telling why she gives to Hala. And then we're going to come back. I've other stuff. There's tools for the week. There's a meditation from Renee. So do not go anywhere. Thank you so much for being here with me. This is a blast.
House of Love and Light, Asheville. I donate because see the smile? That's what it does for me, just thinking about it. I love the music and meditation on Wednesdays. It's a spiritual uplift, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. That's when I tune in. And Sundays, the service. I enjoy the connection with others and connection to Source and Spirit. I give to them because they give to me.
Thank you so much, Molly, for that sweet little video. You give to me too. And I'm so grateful for all of the financial offerings. This has been incredible. This opportunity to be creatively expressed, to be able to give my love and light to you. There are 2 ways to give. Actually, there's 3 ways. I posted another on the pinned comment, which is my Venmo, which is Amy-Steinberg-5 if you don't have PayPal or you can't do the text to tithe. But you can just text love to 828-383-9889. I want to give a shout out to Myron Stam for all this music. Do you hear this music? This is his compositions. Thank you so much, Myron, for those. I just love them so much. Or you can paypal.me/House of Love and Light. Literally every dollar goes to helping this continue, helping me to build this ministry. I feel like it's just one step in front of the other, discovering what this is becoming. It feels like my shout out to my sister Laura Berman, who helps me each week with volumes. I have a couple people that watch test runs throughout the week. She said it's sort of like a mini conference each week, pulling in all of the beautiful talents from all around. So, if you'd like to contribute something to Hala, or you feel, like you want to make a video or something like that, please contact me, private message me or whatnot. There's so much talent out there, and I want you all to shine and be glorious, because my dream connects with your dream. That's what we're talking about here, remembering who you truly are and what you have to give the world right now. So I made this video of one of my songs, and I wanted to share it with you. Please don't go anywhere, because we'll be back with a tool for the week and also a meditation from Reverend Laboa. Here's Shine, Be Glorious. And remember, shine, be glorious.
Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine, let me shine your light. I open my heart, even in the dark. The light of my God always shines bright, even in the night. Shine, be glorious, reflect the divine. Shine, be glorious, the divine. Shine, be glorious. Reflect the divine. Spirit of mine, Spirit divine. Let me shine your light.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for letting me share that. Thank you so much to Ross Cooper, who produced that track. He is a genius. So this week, I want us to go back about 10 years to move forward. I want us to make a vision board. I know, it's goofy, and I don't know where we're going to find magazines. You might need to print things up, or you might need to make a digital one on Canva or something like that. But make a vision board. Revitalize your dream. What is it that you want? You know, again, I was so inspired by Joy Reid, making that vision for her life. What is mine to do? What is mine to give? And if you're not exactly sure what you want to do, what do you want to feel? What do you want to cultivate in this world today? Let's make vision boards this week. And if you do make one, please email it to me and I'll share them next week. Also, I need you to do me a favor, and I need you to go ahead and send me more pictures of your pets. I got lots of pictures of your pets, but I need more. And that's, you can email me at steinberglove@gmail.com, or you can send them on Facebook here, or the House of Love and Light email that comes through. You can reply to that. And also, I would love to put together a lip sync video of that opening song that Eddie Watkins Jr. wrote. A couple of you sent me videos, but it might be a goofy ask. I don't know. It might work, it might not. But if you are able to, as soon as I get as many of them, I'll compile them. So we're going to continue talking about returning to love this month. Next week, I am so excited. We're going to be talking about pleasure. Yeah. So we're going to have some beautiful guests and beautiful things. I can't wait to be talking about that. All right, so we're going to close like we always do every week with about 3 to 5 minute meditation. And I really invite you to do this, to ground all these ideas, to see if anything percolated up for you, to ground them down. And today we have one of my greatest mentors, one of my greatest friends, Rev Renee Laboa, giving us a beautiful meditation. So I really hope you'll sit back, relax, and enjoy Renee Laboa. Again, thank you for joining me at House of Love and Light. Every single week, we are just making this beautiful space to refill the well, to remember who we are, and tune into all your other spiritual communities today and support as much as you can financially to keep them going. I love you. I love you. I love you. I pour love and light all over you. Here's Rev Renee. And thanks again to Myron for all this incredible music. Have a wonderful Sunday.
Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Amy, for the work that you're doing to spread love and light on the planet. It's an honor to be here this morning to share with you a meditation on releasing the hold that the egoic mind has on us. So as we just allow ourselves to settle in and be comfortable, just let your mind go. If you find yourself wandering, just come back to the sound of my voice. As we take 3 deep cleansing breaths, we send them out with great love across the planet. We allow ourselves to imagine and visualize that vastness that we call universe. We bring our mind to the infinite, expansive universe that has no beginning and no end. And when we remember our connection to this source of all light and life and energy, we see ourselves as far, far more superior than the smallness that we have allowed ourselves to believe and to sit in. A great teacher, Ralph Waldo Emerson, said, "I get my bloated nothingness out of the way." And what this means is the idea that things are impossible, that we should be afraid, that we're not enough, are all just thoughts. In this moment, anything that is floating to the surface, any limiting ideas, any ideas of fear, when we think about the world that we're living in, we may feel anxiety. But as we breathe and bring to our mind that vast, magnificent vision of a galaxy and a universe, so beautiful, it's hard to believe sometimes when we look upon it, that we are one with this magnificent source. So as you go about your day, anytime a negative thought enters into your mind, I want you to say, that is not the truth of me. I come from a powerful, powerful creative substance that I call universe, that I call mind, that I call love, spirit, the divine, the beloved, God. I remember that I am one with all creation. I am enough. And today I live intentionally, creating my life before me. And so it is.
House of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, take us to the place where we can be just who we are. And it's alright in the house of love and light. House of love and light. Amy, open up the door to the place where we walk by faith and not by sight, not by sight. Through the house of love and light. House of love and light.